My beloved brethren and sisters, what a wonderful day this has been, Easter, as we reflect on the life of the Savior and his resurrection. Certainly, the many images of those who petitioned him for help come to my mind. I can easily imagine the deformed legs of a man unable to walk since birth, or the tears flowing down a widow's cheek as she follows the body of her only son as it is carried to its tomb. I see the empty eyes of the hungry, the trembling hands of the sick, the pleading voice of the condemned, the disconsolate eye of the outcast. All of them are reaching towards a solitary man, a man without wealth, without home, without position. I see this man, the Son of the living God, look on each of them with infinite compassion. With a touch of his holy hand, he brings comfort to the downcast, healing to the sick, liberation to the condemned. With a word, the dead man rises from his bier, and the widow embraces her enlivened son. These and other miraculous acts of mercy and kindness, some widely known, others quiet and gentle, define for me one of the salient characteristics of the Savior. His love and compassion for the downtrodden, the weary, the weak, the suffering. Indeed, these acts of compassion are synonymous with his name. Although nearly 2,000 years have passed since the mortal ministry of the Son of God, his loving example and these teachings remain an integral part of who we are as a people and who we are as a church. Today, through its inspired welfare program, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, certainly, and its members strive to emulate his example as we seek to relieve suffering and foster self-reliance. The welfare program of the church is well known throughout the world. People from all walks of life travel to church headquarters to see firsthand how the church cares for the poor and needy, without creating dependency on the part of those who receive or bitterness on the part of those who give. A president of a country, after visiting Welfare Square, canceled the remainder of his appointments for the day. There is something here that is more important than anything else I have on my schedule, he said. I must stay and learn more. Over the years, the church welfare program has grown to meet the ever-increasing needs of an expanding church. In North America today, 80 church farms produce nutritious food for the needy. 80 cannery facilities preserve and package this life-sustaining food. More than 100 bishop storehouses stand ready to assist more than 10,000 bishops and branch presidents as they carry out their sacred obligation to seek out and assist the poor and needy in their wards and branches. 50 Deseret industry operations offer work and training to thousands. Worldwide, 160 employment centers help more than 78,000 people find jobs each year. 65 LDS social services offices help member couples adopt children and provide counseling to those in need. I feel certain that the great leaders whom the Lord raised up to pioneer this modern-day welfare effort would be well pleased with the advancement of this inspired program of today. It has always been a cardinal teaching with the Latter-day Saints. President Joseph F. Smith wrote that a religion that has not the power to save people temporally and make them prosperous and happy here cannot be depended upon to save them spiritually and to exalt them in the life to come. The temporal and the spiritual are linked inseparably. As we give of our time, talents, and resources to tend the needs of the sick, offer food to the hungry, and teach the dependent to stand on their own, we enrich ourselves spiritually beyond our ability to comprehend. The Lord declared in a revelation to the prophet Joseph Smith, he said, "It is my purpose to provide for my saints, but it must needs be done in mine own way. And behold, this is the way that I, the Lord, have decreed to provide for my saints, that the poor shall be exalted, in that the rich are made low." Close quote. The Lord's way consists of helping people help themselves. The poor are exalted because they work for the temporary assistance they receive. They are taught correct principles and they are able to lift themselves from poverty to self-reliance. The rich are made low because they humble themselves to give generously of their means to those in need. We teach members to be self-reliant, to do everything possible to sustain themselves and to seek help from their families for needed assistance. When members and their families are doing all they can to provide necessities but still cannot meet basic needs, the church stands ready to help. In the church, the bishop has the specific charge to care for the poor, the needy, the single parent, the aged, the disabled, the fatherless, the widowed, and others who have special needs. I am aware of how one bishop marshaled his resources to assist a man who came to him for help. The man had been happily married for years, but because of a later addiction to alcohol and drugs, he was left without a job, home, or family. Hard years of living on the street had degraded and humiliated him. With tears streaming down his face, he pleaded with his bishop for help. The Ward Welfare Committee discussed this challenge. One man knew a dentist who might be willing to replace the man's broken front teeth. The Relief Society president suggested that nutritious food from the bishop's storehouse might improve his health. Another suggested that this man needed someone who could spend time with him daily and help him find the strength to overcome his addictions. As these suggestions streamed in, the bishop realized that an entire ward of concerned brothers and sisters stood ready to help. Soon the bishop began to notice improvements. Priesthood brethren gave the man a blessing. A charitable dentist replaced his broken teeth. Food from the bishop's storehouse improved his health. A faithful elderly couple agreed to serve as special home teachers. They were with him daily to help him stick to his resolve. Following established principles, this good brother offered to help others in the ward. Slowly, his life began to improve. Gradually, the look of desperation and misery gave way to one of joy and happiness. Although it was a painful process, he was able to free himself from his addictions. He became an active member in the church. A life of destitution and misery turned into one of hope and happiness. This is the Lord's way of caring for those in need.